For this is the love of God, that we obey his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. That's First John chapter 5 and verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's where our question is stemming from today.
Okay.
The question that we have in front of us today is, in what ways are God's commandments not burdensome?
Oh, wow. What a great question. And I think if I can kind of surmise what the heart of the question is that, a lot of people look at Christianity as, just a bunch of rules and
Yes.
that you can't really have any fun, and that God is like this policeman up in heaven just waiting to,
Right.
get on to us or something. And that's just not the case at all.
Right. That's the furthest thing from the truth. And the way we want to answer this question is simply by staying in the text, right?
Yes.
We want to stay in the text because sometimes the answer is right in front of you.
Context every time. That's
Right.
right.
And sometimes the answer is right there and you just overlook it because you're just accustomed to reading and just going through stuff.
Mhm.
But sometimes the answer is right there. And so that's what we want to do today is find the answer that's right here on our text.
Okay.
In the first few words, we see a key word being revealed. For this is the love, right?
Mhm.
The love of God. Okay, so that's the premise. That's our base right there, the love, right? And everything that follows that is based upon the love of God. So for us to obey his commands, that's the love
Has to do with love.
of God. So now you can fill that in,
Yeah.
with yourself. This is the love of Anthony, that I obey God's commands. I'm showing him my love by obeying his commands.
Exactly. And that's really no different if you think about it from an earthly point of view, is even a child and a father. A child, if he loves his father, loves his parents, he's going to do the things that parent wants them to do. It's not
Right.
burdensome at all.
Right. And in getting a proper understanding of these passages as you go through them, look at the verses that surround them, right?
Mhm.
So beginning with verse 1 and verse 2, you see the word love being used 4 times.
Mhm.
Then you get to verse 3. That's another one that's added unto that number. And so love is the theme here.
That's right.
That's the theme, and that's what lets us know that that's what makes the commands not burdensome. right?
Exactly. And then if you just simply add what Jesus teaches, that what is the greatest command of all? To love God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and your neighbors yourself. So, how hard is it to really to not steal from somebody? How hard is it to not covet their things? How hard is it to not murder them? Because if you have love for God and for your neighbor, you're not going to do those things. But if you do those things, it's actually harder because of the consequences that comes from it.
Right. You're always looking over your shoulder.
That's right.
Living that kind of life. There's a situation that took place, right? There's a situation that took place where a boy had a brother. He had a brother who had polio, right?
Mhm.
And which means that he had braces on his legs, and it's very hard for him to get to certain places. And so this brother would have to carry his brother up the stairs. His brother would have to take him to different places, and he would have to carry his brother around sometimes. And these people, when they saw that taking place, they said, wow, what a heavy burden that is. Isn't that a heavy load for you? And he says, no, he's not a burden. He's my brother.
Wow. Good application right there to
Right.
this very same thing that God has done for us. I do it because I love him.
Right. So when we love God in the way that we ought, his commandments are not burdensome unto us. We do it because he first loved us, and also because we love him in return, do we show it by obeying his commands.
Amen.